Yo, what's up guys? It's Matt. Welcome back to Crypto Kings. In today's video, we're going to be talking about exactly what Shiba Inu is doing. I know so many people have been wanting me to go over this tonight, and I think it's time to get into it. So if you guys are new, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily SHIB vids, and let's get right into it, folks. So if you guys have not already seen this movement here on the graph, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about what Shiba Inu is up to right this very moment, because honestly, I think this might be one of the most textbook examples of a very strong movement that I know so many people are looking forward to. So one of the most sort of important movements in just about any technical analysis of any kind is rounding. Rounding of any kind, whether it's a rounded top or a rounded bottom. The rounding indicates that whatever the market is, it is kind of recovering in a slow, controlled fashion and moving towards a different target. And of course, vice versa, when it's flipped on its side, it indicates that it's going from a series of highs down to somewhere a little bit lower. Now, unfortunately, when it comes down to SHIB, we've been a little bit mixed over the past couple of days as to whether or not what we are looking at is, a good type of rounding, a bad type of rounding, and essentially the double rounded tops here looked very bearish, and I know a lot of people were upset about this. However, it looks as if we are en route to build a brand new movement that I know so many people are looking forward to. So one of the major movements here is going to be the cup and handle movement, which I've been mentioning in a lot of recent videos, but it looks as if it is moving exactly to plan. Now, the cup and handle movement is essentially good because what it really is a sign of a very nice recovery, a little bit of a slip from the top, and then a bullish momentum. And then, of course, if we are to look at what a cup and handle sort of pattern actually looks like, you guys can see here on screen, there are a bunch of different instances in which this happens, but essentially, we get the recovery, we get the little bit of the handle, and then we get the explosion. Now, let's take a look at SHIB and see exactly how SHIB is internalizing this. So we have the cup here, right here, a nice rounded bottom. Then, of course, we go all the way up and get the handle. So really, we could fill this out a little bit more. We have a cup like this, handle, and then boom, explosion. So something like this, I definitely do actually see happening. I know a lot of people have not made this estimate, but to be honest with you guys, I really do think this is a reasonable expectation for the near future. Again, every time we make these guesses, a lot of people ask, oh, well, how do you know what'll happen? I don't, but the best thing I could do is go with technical analysis and use some of my best intuition and estimating to determine what is most likely to happen in the near future, because that's all we're able to do, isn't it? So when we come down to the relative strength index, you guys can see we are pushing near the top. Again, you guys can see we exceed the top just a little bit here, headed up to 65, and then we get some very natural pullback. Now, the question is, how long does this pullback go for? Now, ideally, we get a little bit more of a pullback. It goes a little bit more horizontally. We head down maybe to like 52, 53, something along those lines, and then we get a very bullish movement. This would be, again, the perfect cup and handle movement here. The only concern is whether or not we are able to actually do this, because what's going to be very, very pivotal is once the handle here stops actually sliding down, do we rebound back up like we're supposed to, or do we fall through a pivotal line of support and just keep falling? So that is going to be a very big concern once we reach that point. Again, I do think it's very predictable and very expected that, we do have a bullish move, but it really depends on when we reach that point. When we check, of course, the Fibonacci retracement, this has been, of course, one of my favorite things to look at here over the past few days. What I love to notice here and definitely think is important is the low and the high here and watching how they kind of interact. So we have, again, this low that we bounced off of, which was, miraculous. And again, you guys can see in both instances, both candles, we bounce off of it, which is absolutely awesome. And then we head all the way up to the top here, right to 65. Now, we go soaring through just about all of the resistance points here. We go soaring through them all the way past the 23.6% line, which, is very big. And now we are sort of falling through it. So what we are expected to watch happen is to consolidate in some of these ranges here, whether it's between the 50 and the 38.2% line, and we just kind of consolidate around there for a little bit, or the 61.8% line and the 50% line, and we just kind of consolidate around there. There are a lot of options here, but ideally, we kind of slide down a little bit, bounce off, maybe the 61% line or the 50% line, we bounce off this, and then we head upwards. So the Fibonacci retracement is definitely, in general, when it comes down to it, looking quite good. When we check the moving average cross, which I love to look at, you guys can see we are going to be given a very strong pass here from the red, showing, some kind of bullish momentum, because when the green crosses, of course, it typically does mean a bearish situation. So the red here is on top, and that is always good. What's interesting to me is again, this top here at 65 was almost sustained. Again, you guys see it hits it for a good few hours here, hits it for a good while at the very top, but unfortunately that is not able to be maintained as much as we tried, and we slipped down a little bit. But that is natural. That is a normal correction for something like this. I am just so happy we're not in the 40s, because again, in the 40s is a little bit too high of a dip to essentially hold on to or to consolidate onto for a long enough time. Ideally, if we could just sit here in the high 50s like this is a very normal range for any period of consolidation. And this goes for just about any crypto that's going to have a good run. Let's pick any crypto. Let's pick Ethereum. We could pick literally anything here. But ideally, as long as we were able to bounce around a specific range, we could take, we could take really the 37-ish range, through the 38 range here on Ethereum. We sat around this range for a good 5 days here, 6 days, and you guys can see that range here, really led to the ability to have a breakout. Had this been significantly lower, people would have gotten FUD and would have been like, oh my God, I'm going to sell and get out while I still can, yada, yada, and it would have caused a lot of issues. So ideally, recovering from a lot of those very bad dips as quick as possible is good, because you want to be able to sustain yourself at, a 20 or a 30% dip from the all-time high like we are with SHIB, not a 50-60% dip. That's typically terrible and, could lead to a lot of issues in the future. So I'm very glad that we were able to avoid that. If you guys have not already, folks, make sure to check out Webull, folks. At the top of the link down below in the description. It is super easy to do if you guys want to start trading stocks and cryptocurrency, including Shiba Inu. You guys could do all of that with the top of the link down below in the description. I, of course, appreciate it, as well as the Discord, guys. The Discord is in the top. But anyways, guys, when it comes down to it, I think this is still a very good day for SHIB. We are number 11 here on the list, so a little bit behind USDC and Dogecoin, which is A-okay. I know a lot of people here are using USDC through swaps and things like that, with Shiba Inu type tokens on the Solana ecosystem. So I know USDC is being used for things like that and definitely does, have a lot more uses. So I can see why that's climbing up the ranks here. And Doge is having an okay day, and that looks like it's climbing up the ranks as well. So SHIB definitely does have a little bit more to go before overtaking these two, but the possibility is definitely there. And when it comes down to it, our market cap is still quite solid. Volume is still very solid, mostly buy volume, and we're up 27.5% on the day, which I think so many people, would have been, definitely shocked to have heard about just 24 hours ago. So all around, I think this is exactly following the plan that we need for some kind of bullish movement, and has got me very, very excited. So with that being said, guys, I hope you all have enjoyed the video. Make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you all are new to the channel for more daily SHIB vids. Let me know down below in the comments, of course, guys, where do you see Shiba Inu in a week from now? I definitely do think we'd be pushing the 70s again. So that being said, my name is Matt. I appreciate you all watching. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.